everybody, this is Angela Savage, the daughter of IndyCar driver Swede Savage. It's time to watch stories from motorsports. My buddy, Doug Kenny, loves to share the journey of people in racing, and he is an amazing dude. Drivers, owners, fans, and team members, watch the SFM podcast.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny from Stories from Motorsports. I'd like to thank my buddy Josh Mabe for the YouTube work he did years ago that inspired me to create this platform. I'd like to thank my buddy Victor Sifton for convincing me to get back into it after my hiatus from 2017 to 2019. I have a very special treat for you all today with an amazing journey from an amazing racing figure. Drivers, start your engines.
He's great. He's a big old happy guy.
Awesome, that's good to hear. So, what was it like winning your championship in the All-American Challenge Series?
Well, that was something I never dreamed of, doing. We started that deal just going like, well, we've got several races as close to where my shop was in Homewood, Alabama, which is just right outside of Birmingham. So there was several races in a doable range, and so we went and tried a couple races in '84, and Mike Alexander was the winner of the series that year. So in '85, we said, well, the first 3 or 4 races are kind of close. Let's just go and see what, go to the first one and see what happens. So we went and we made enough money to go to the next one and so forth, and ended up making every race and won the championship. And it was very, very exciting to do that out of a 24 by 32 garage and behind my dad's house in a residential area in Birmingham, Alabama area. Yeah, so it was one of those things that it is very rewarding, yes. And then I went on to win 3 more. 2 more out of our shop in Homewood, and my last one with Frankie Grill, in '88. So, and that one was, that was very special. David Green, I beat him. I went in 3 points behind into the last race, and I won. He ran second. I beat him by 2.
Wow.
That was a nail-biting year, but it was an awesome year. We won a lot of races and a lot of poles in the championship, and it was I can't. There's no words for it. It's just very, very cool. I mean, at the time, we didn't say this is what we're going to go after. We're just racers, and we just was going to race. And we was tired of running the local shows at, Birmingham and Montgomery and Pensacola and places. And so we said, well, we're just going to go run some of these 100, lappers and 200 lappers, and did that and had great success.
Yeah, that sounds very amazing what you guys were able to pull off. And speaking of David Green, there's a Mark Martin Class Act connection to that. Did you see footage of when Martin almost won Bristol, but came into the pit road 1 lap too early and handed David Green the win?
That was horrible. I'll never forget that. Bless his heart. I was going, no, Marwin, no! Don't keep I guess all of us have probably almost done that. I know I have.
Yeah, and I should mention, now that you brought that up, that happened to Bobby Unser, according to Bobby in his biography, Winners Are Driven. The year that Mario Andretti won the race, Bobby was like 3 minutes behind at the checkers, catching Dan Gurney, who was going to finish second in the race. And what happened was, so what happened was when Mario crossed the finish line and took the checkered flag, Bobby came onto pit road, allowing Gurney to pull away, and Bobby overheard his crew chief ask, "What are you quitting for?" And
that is horrible. I can see myself doing that, and I know I've almost done it before. And I'm just glad I never did. But I mean, that funny, but not.
Yeah, Bobby said afterwards that when he heard his crew chief say that, he remembered that they had like 5 extra minutes to gain advantage even after the race was over. Because back in those days, you had 5 extra minutes before you had to pull onto pit road so that you could complete more laps,
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's a sickening thing.
Mark Martin handled it classily, though. He just was like, "I just messed up."
Well, I mean, the truth hurts, but it is what it is. I mean, so that's what makes Mark a class act. Is I've never made, I've raced so many people through the years, and something goes wrong, and it's always an excuse because kind of what happened. They're saying something else. That's I don't know. I just never was built that way either. I'm like Mark. I just say what it is, and I did it. I mean, yeah. Well, I probably won't do it again.
I actually made a similar mistake when I was in my go-karting days. Because you see, I competed in K1 go-karting in Arizona during my early teens and mid-teens, and I made a very similar mistake, but in a situation that blew the engine. What happened was I was running lap 3. We were lap 3 into the 30-lap race, and I was crossing the start-finish line, and I was having a hard times with the brakes because they were brakes that I had not used before, and so I was asking my spotter on how to use them, as we were coming on the front stretch, and I overheard the radio, and what I heard was, "I just need you to all at once." And then I was like, "What?" And he said again, "I need you to all at once." And I assumed that he said brake all at once. And so I pushed the brake very fast, and the engine blew up.
Oh, dang.
And then, and to make things worse, I was dragged by the officials back into the pit area, and my spotter came up to me and said, "Bro, what happened?" And I was like, "I heard you tell me to brake all at once." And he said to me, "No, I said I need you to not brake all at once."
Well, that's an honest mistake.
It was a radio problem,
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, oh boy.
And so I ended up finishing last in that race.
That's awful when we make mistakes, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Have you had any good moments involving meeting some big names and you feel a little bit of stardom a little bit? Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit like and subscribe if you did so, and please continue supporting our amazing guest. And everybody, we'll see you next time on SFM.
Hi, this is Ted Warner speaking. While the checkered flag is waved for this program, stay tuned for next week for the next episode of SFM. Thanks to Doug Kenny for what he does for motorsports.